when he clicked into it.
Right, so
Yeah.
So we are live. I've whammed out the.
You sent the link in the stream, not me.
No. I put the wrong link out. It's fine.
Yeah.
But I've just put the new link out.
We got watchers.
Okay.
There we are.
Maybe we can make this. Maybe we can make this happen.
I'll post the new link.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the.
Jeez. Oi.
Everyone's in. It's fine.
That's It's never happened before. I've got lots of messages saying I don't know what I'm doing. We know I don't know what I'm doing. We know this. Oi. Right. Okay. Let's leave that up.
It's because it's like a crash of worlds. There's too much happening right now on this stream.
It's just too much.
You broke Toy Vision
in the same room.
Yeah.
Like a power surge.
That Excel spreadsheet again, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. Okay.
That was terrible.
Okay. Right. Okay. So, yeah, we've lost about half the viewers, but
everyone will be back.
People will be back in a minute. We'll talk some Shinfo. Well, I've put it in the Toy Division. I don't have any other channels to put the new link out.
My Instagram and my YouTube just while I'm here, just because we've changed it now. So
yeah, nice one, man.
You know what I mean?
No, Retro's in the house.
I'm on the airplane.
I'll have to ask Hannah about that.
Yeah.
But not after the story of the surgery he told us the other day.
Yeah, I wouldn't. There we go.
Yeah, Paul, that sounds about right.
So we've got like people that weren't in the first one that are back and say, hey, it's fine. We're building back up again. We've got 30 people back. This is good. This is all fine. I'm gonna have to redo my compliment because I don't want that to not be captured.
Well, I just looked and like the old stream is there, like a 10-minute long stream.
Yeah.
That's my girlfriend. But you know about Retro Ghetto.
What do you know about it? Happy birthday to your girlfriend. Happy birthday.
Yeah, for sure. She just had a birthday.
Did I not put respect on you? I don't even know who D's Nuts is with your crazy. This is Mr. Dan Plastic throwing stones at glass houses. I don't know. People don't give yourselves real names anymore. It doesn't make any sense.
Look at his profile picture. That's a guy that demands respect.
Yeah.
There's a very, very tragic story about that guy, which we're not going to go into now because there's kids watching.
It's a family show.
It's a family show. Right. Let's get back to it, and hopefully people will find the new link and jump on. There's a healthy amount of people back on. Yeah. So, as I was saying, massive respect and appreciation for the effort you put into your videos. But this one in particular, I enjoyed. I love a diorama. I love a small world build, and I very much enjoyed your backdrop and your just everything about it. I enjoyed the way you film it, I enjoyed the way they edited it. So you were saying that with things like this, it's more of a slow burn, and I get that it's not 1,000 people watch it on the day, but it rolls and rolls and rolls.
Like my Mighty Max video is still one of my biggest hitters on my channel. Like when I look at the YouTube Studio analytics, like it's always up there in like the top 5 viewed that month, and I did that like 2.5-3 years ago or something. So I like to do them where it's that evergreen content, right? There's some stuff that people just watch that weekend because it's relevant that day, and then there's other stuff that can just be a slow burner and you can just leave it there doing its thing. So it certainly seems like one of them, yeah.
I think it will be because Resident Evil is forever. It's not going anywhere. It's always going to be mega popular, and I think people will look back. Although we probably won't get into it because I don't want to bore Ben and Andy, but it upsets me deeply that they just simply can't seem to make a decent TV series / movie out of it.
Yeah.
But there we go.
I think The Last of Us will change that trajectory now because it was so like the game and so popular that I think moving forward, like they're going to be like, oh, if it's not like the game, then people aren't going to watch it, and that was a testament to how good that can be.
I would agree, and I hope you're right. I just they had everything. They had everything they could possibly need from Welcome to Raccoon City. They had the set. They had the set. They had the story's already written. Story's already written, man. You just got to make the games. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, right. So we got some. Oh, hello. So Al's boy loves your Dragon Ball Z watch-alongs.
I thought he would say Theo, my little boy. He say Theo, comma, my little boy loves your Dragon Ball Z.
Theo, my boy, my little boy.
Theo, my little boy. I thought when my mum jumped on under a different alien. Nice. I'm glad he enjoys them.
Yeah. Although I tell you what, Al, we were talking about this earlier on that. I find that with these, I don't know how you do it, Theo. I find it with these streams. Sometimes life gets in the way, and you and yeah, it's hard to keep up with certain things. So like massive respect for, because you've been doing them for a while now. The watch alongs.
Yeah, for sure. Like my whole channel is like 50% a Dragon Ball Z channel at the moment.
Yeah. Hey, doing Joe?
Episodes of that though.
Yeah, they're still making it. I ain't doing that forever.
Yeah. Like, what's the point where you're like, and we're finishing?
Yeah. I think maybe this series, but I'll talk about that in a video on its own. 35 episodes, man. Like that's a lot of big head guys throwing balls at each other.
Yeah. Whoa. I'm glad that Ollie mentioned this, because I was going to bring it up. Like, mad that you've got so much footage of yourself. I mean, awesome, but like it's cool that you've got so much footage of yourself as a child, literally playing with the toys you're talking about. But yeah.
Oh, it was mad. Like I knew I had some, and I had a bit of footage of me like playing with the ivy plant and things, and then I thought that's all I was using, and I thought I'll just check this one tape that I think I've got, and then found like a whole Resident Evil movie that I'd made where I'm moving bits of chess pieces across a board for one of the puzzles from the police station and everything, and I was like, oh yes, this is amazing. And that was like the day I was releasing it, so I just had to quickly whack it in, and a lot of people said that was like their favorite bit. Absolutely. Darren, mate, if you're watching, I've given you the wrong link, and go on Toy Division Facebook and jump on the link to watch, as opposed to being. I've made a terrible effort at this. That was a dramatic, very quickly building a link, and I've failed miserably. But
you did well. Don't play it.
We're here. Yes, Jason did the same thing, because I basically put the link to come on as opposed to a link to watch.
Back room.
The steamy back room. The back room
stream. That's my dyslexia. I thought you said in the back room.
Oh, why not both? These nuts. Do you not think zombie TV shows have hit saturation point with The Walking Dead? I have very strong opinions on this, because I loved The Walking Dead graphic novel, and I thought series 1 and in fact series 2 of series 3 of The Walking Dead I enjoyed very much. But by series 47, I get it. Humans are the real monster. I get it. So yeah, but I think there's always room for good new ideas. I like zombies, basically. Did you watch The Walking? Did you read or watch or both The Walking Dead there?
I read like a load of the graphic novels when it first came out. I bought like the first ever one because I just saw it in Forbidden Planet when I was like 16 and thought, oh, this looks cool. And I was big into all the Romero and the Lucio Fulci stuff, so I just bought it. And then when the series drops, I thought it was like the best representation of zombies ever. But then you like yourself, once we get into like series 6 and 7, and I stopped watching it about 5 years ago, so I don't know what series they're on now. But
I did up to 5, and I'm like, oh, okay, I understand the formula. They move to a location, humans become the problem. Some people get killed. They move to a location, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah, and they get a really nice setup, and then it gets overrun by humans or zombies, and then they get a really nice setup, and then it gets overrun by humans and zombies. I feel like you're just like watching it depressed after it. It's like every episode's like there's no happiness, there's no like upbeat moment. It's just...
And you want to grab every single. You want to grab people and be like, stop ruining your sanctuaries. You are set up. Stop opening doors. Stop breaking the walls. Stop arguing. Oh, it kills me. But
he had the right idea in Last of Us. Just live on your own.
Yeah.
The communities aren't working.
Callum. Oh, and make sure you watch Retro Gatto's video drops. Someone said I've not watched the one today, but we'll get on that. Even though it was an exceptional video, it deserves tens of thousands of views, if not more, too. Right? The YouTube algorithm is a law unto itself. Yes. I would implore everyone to share the video. Keep up the great work. Lovely words from Callum, who also. I'm gonna slightly tweak what I said earlier on. Also, Callum has really good production values. I don't get bored with his editing.
Even his long vlogs, I watch them all and not get bored. Yeah. They're about to end, and I'm like, I could do another half an hour of this. I'm just drawing away. I've got it on. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Let's get through some comments, and then we're gonna say some little pickups.
started filming it today. The behind the scenes, I started like putting it all together. That'll probably be like the next order, one after video that drops. Lots to talk about making that thing. Yeah, for sure.
We got it from Brad. Little Theo skateboarding in the new Res Evils class. Yeah, man. Yeah,
I think
yeah.
There was
yeah.
all little youths skateboarding at one point, or trying to playing Tony Hawk and failing at
We-
all
we-
these.
So
I'm
we-
the skateboard still.
Yeah, it still does it. Yeah, broken collarbones later, still doing it. Yeah. Jennifer, I don't like zombies. Something about zombie films, TV shows get stuck in my head, and I have nightmares. See, my combat to that, allow me to try and help you. If zombies were real, and I mean physiologically real, they would be the easiest adversary in the world to overcome. If they, A, weigh it out. B,
If you slow and stupid, yeah.
If you get captured and taken down by a Romero zombie, that's on you. I'm sorry. I don't care how many there are. That's on you. If you get turned over by a Dawn of the Dead remake or a 20 Days Later like Rage zombie, I accept that's challenging. Yeah. So if zombies can run, we're done for. If they shamble, don't even worry about it. Don't even sweat.
If a zombie can run, it will never get tired. It will
No.
never get exhausted. It will never feel the pain in its legs. So it will run forever. So yeah, fair play. But Romero zombie, let's go.
Just push it out of the way. Easy. Easy. Who's taller, Ben, Dan, or Theo? Sorry, Ashley.
That's a funny question.
Dan's taller than I am.
I'm
I
6
think
foot.
Dan's the tallest. I'm like 6'1", 6'2", but Dan's got a little on me.
I found out I'm 6'4".
Oh, really?
Who knew?
The wrong
But
line of work.
I have bad posture.
Okay.
Dan, Theo, original Walking Dead artist or the second? For me, the original.
Yeah, original. I don't know his name, but I always loved the artwork in them. I know it's Kirkman who wrote it, but the actual original artist. In fact, I think I remember when it changed to the new guy, I wasn't as into it. I was same with the Nick Bradshaw, Army of Darkness comics they did around the same time. The first artist, Nick Bradshaw, I loved, and then they changed it, and it was not the same. For sure, the first artist, I loved that style.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, yeah, we went back to back, didn't we? We did do a little tester. Evening. Got some new people in. Slimehouse got Thomas videos, of course. Double thumbs up. First time watcher. Oh, apologies. It's our 153rd live stream, and it's literally the first time it's ever completely crashed. So I'm gonna blame Theo for having too many people want to watch him.
Okay, yeah, that's I'll take that. But I always say if something is going to go wrong, it's always going to go wrong at some point. I always feel that when you're filming and things are going wrong, look, so at some point something's going to go wrong. So why not let it be this little thing? That's Jennifer, by the way, who's the actress in my new movie that we're making. She's the lead actress, Jennifer. Yeah.
Does the new movie involve running zombies? Because that would be unfortunate if it was a.
No.
Is this the Wendy and the Wendigo?
Yeah, Wendy and the Wendigo.
Wendigo. Sorry, I pronounced it wrong.
Jenny's Wendy. Maybe one day we'll have the Wendigo on.
Yeah. Did you watch that film about the Wendigo? I want to say Antlers.
Antlers, no. Yeah, I went to see it. Yeah, it's wicked.
I enjoyed that. Am I thinking of the right one? It's with the kids and the father.
It's like a meth lab in a mine and things. Yeah, great.
I enjoyed that film, man. I thought that was a good film.
Yeah.
Speaking of
not a clue.
Speaking of films, guys, after this, if you're under 18, do not Google this. But there is a YouTube video, a trailer out for a film called Glorious. It's a Shudder film.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a Shudder film, so whatever. But the premise of it, I can't even talk about it. But Glorious. Watch the trailer and then get at me. Tell me about it. Right, I'm going to ask Theo one question, and we're going to talk about some toys. Could I say what toy shows will you be attending over the coming weeks and months?
I thought he said toy shows like TV shows. I nearly went on a TV show yesterday for toys, but I didn't do it last minute because I just couldn't. I had too much stuff on, and it was only like some auction show. They wanted me to bring my Great Garlu onto a TV show auction. It wasn't toy related, but they wanted it on. I thought he was talking about that. Toy shows. I think I'll be at the NEC all going well. If my boy Bents that I go to all them with bent legs, if he can take me because I don't drive. I failed my test 6 times. That's a whole different story. But if he can take me, then I'll for sure be there. And then I will also be at ToyCon, but we'll probably do a whole bit talking about that. Which is that's next month. They would both be next month. NEC more than likely, and ToyCon for definite. But we're talking about ToyCon in today's episode anyway. I think so. We can talk more about that later.
We are going to
And
get onto
always
that.
come and say hello if you want to say hello. Some people say, "Oh, I saw you, but I didn't want to bother you because you were filming." That's fine. I'm always filming something. Like,
Yeah.
I'm always filming things. So
Yeah, if you don't want to be in Theo's video, then well, how do I phrase this? Yeah, because I'll be talking like the man's always filming. But
yeah.
I'm gonna stand by this. I've been in a few of the videos, whether I knew it or not, and you've not made me look stupid yet. You've made me look fat. Well, no, I've made myself look fat. That's not on you. That's not on you. Right, let's talk about some pickups. What has so winding it back? Us three went to and the Viking went to Tottenham Toy Fair on Sunday, just gone, and got a couple of bits and pieces. Who picked up what? Andy, talk to us. What you got? Show me what you got.
What, from Tottenham specifically, or just in general?
Since we last.
Actually, I mean, to be fair, I got it all on the same day, but this wasn't from Tottenham. This was via Dan, via Monkey's Emporium.
Oh, nice one, my guy.
Yeah. Now, do
you want to know how to make another earring for him?
Yeah, he's missing an earring.
I just did a whole video on it.
Amazing.
Okay, I've seen the video come up with the Mr. T's. I haven't had a chance to watch it. But...
some new earrings.
Okay. I mean, I probably won't have the patience to make it, but I'll watch it.
You might surprise yourself how easy it was.
Really? Okay. I'll give it a go. But yeah, I always think I'm not a boxed person, but this is the box is nice. So that was from Monkeys.
Have you noticed on those old figures as well? Like I've got like the whole I've got some like that, the Steve Austin $6 Million Man and stuff, and they have like the box and then like a piece of card that comes out at the front to the side.
I just about to say, like, what is this?
Annoying. Yeah. A lot of people fold them back on vintage toys. You get them and it's all folded. I don't know why they do that. It makes it like weird for display. Because it does nothing. That does nothing. That piece of flap.
I'd rather leave it like that than fold it back, but it's still very annoying. It's going to take up so much space one day when I do display it.
Right.
Yeah. It's strange, but I don't know. I love it. It's like with real chains, earrings, and bracelets. It's like they're not really real bracelets. It's strange.
I'm sure are sculpted on his arms. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm genuinely happy, Andy,
in there.
That we can get that second earring sorted out, because that was a shocker to me as well. So that's awesome. That's awesome news.
But, well, I wanted to take him out, and stupid Andy did. I opened the box and ripped him out of the thing, but I managed to put him back, I think, without damaging.
They're terrible toys. Them. I do a whole bit when I'm talking about like how the feet are, and the shoes that you get for the accessory packs don't fit on him properly. The gun doesn't even fit in his arm right. Like they just threw them out. They're awesome, but they're toy quality wise, they're really not good.
They're the classic. Yeah. They're the classic, awesomely rubbish.
Galoob, didn't do great. But to be fair, I don't think Galoob did really well with the actual action figures either for the A-Team stuff. They're strange. No.
I was thinking they must have made a killing on road sign accessories, because in my toy box when I was a kid, all I had was the yellow detour signs and stop signs and water hydrants, traffic cones, that sort of.
Then at Tottenham, it was nice to we saw Jody at Tottenham. It was nice to see us still. He usually sees us up at Kempton. But these spoke to me for some reason. I'm not collecting them. I'm not going down the rabbit hole. I just like these particular figures.
That's what we start Sunday. I'm not collecting these, however, I bought 10.
Yeah.
No, well, yeah.
New Adventures, dope figures.
New Adventures He-Man, but like I'm presuming they're all bad guys.
Yeah, I think so.
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Green Lizard men always scumbags in 80s cartoons.
Yeah.
Always the worst of the worst.
But they're wicked. And I didn't realise this one. I'm probably not. I don't know if you can see it. But he's actually got water in his helmet.
And just think, 30 years on, that water's not evaporated. That's a well-made figure right there. It's
not leaked out or anything. It's still in there. I don't know if you can really see that in there. But
how much, Andy? How much? I'm throwing 20 English pounds on the table for you to crack that open and do a shot.
All right.
Of like 30-year-old water.
Well, Andy, don't do that.
No, don't. Don't break it. But
I don't want to break it, but
yeah, that's not water that the kids put in. That came with the water in it. You break it, you're destroying a piece of history right there.
Give it a go. I think it's something else, which might enrage Dan.
What? Go on.
So last week, Dan was pretty happy with his King Hiss.
Hang on a minute. What? Where'd you get that?
Oh yeah.
So last Dan, how much did you say you paid for this last week?
I don't want to talk about it because we saw it. We saw the exact same figure that I could have bought in cash with no postage for £10 cheaper than I paid for it. Let me guess.
You got it better than that, Dan.
Do you want to know? The guys that I bought it from watched the stream and they did it for me cheaper.
How much you pay for that?
£20.
All in.
£20.
The thing is, Theo, at Totton, someone had a couple for sale that were 25, and I paid. I think I might have paid like 39 because I'm pretty sure it's 35 plus.
You said last week on the stream because the guys watched the stream and they were like, "Can't believe Dan paid £35 for it." I was like, "That's what you said he paid, 35."
Yeah, no, I have the receipts. What an idiot! Oh well.
So I kept it a surprise for you, just to let you know that I did pick it up in the end.
Thing is, where'd you stop and start with that Moto Origin stuff, man? It's
I only got it. He looks like the triple threat snake. Once he's taken out and all put together, he's going to go with my triple threat snakes.
I tell you,
that's the only reason I got it. I'm not fussed about He-Man.
I start with.
I just realised these are He-Man as well, right?
Yeah, it's all He-Man.
Yeah, new adventures though.
Maybe I do have a He-Man thing, but no, I only want it because he looks like the snakes. So
you can open it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is. Is that it? I'm taking off big stream because your face is annoying me. £20.
Pretty good, mate. It's even.
Yeah.
And I got it cheaper than that. And how much did you pay, Mr. Dan?
I mean, it must. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Ben, have you got anything?
You said 35.
No, dude, it was more. It was 35, and I think it was 35 plus like £3.50 postage.
Well, you've got it now. That's it. You're not
Yeah.
going to miss £9. You've got your figure.
Well, I'm not going to nickel and dime it. It's fine. It's fine. I'll make it back. It's fine.
So
Ben,
that was the guys. I'm fairly confident. Props and replicas is their company. Yeah. So thank you very much, guys. I enjoyed that. That was good fun.
Yeah. All good stuff. Ben, have you got anything with you where you are?
Yeah.
Make me small. One more still large.
I purposely brought it with me just so I had some stuff to show. So first of all, if Andy's not crinkling his way.
Yeah, Andy, put yourself on mute. It's like you're eating crisps.
You're crinkling.
First off, a wicked present from our man Bradley Skating. If you ignore my dodgy hair.
I said he bought me some hair dye. Look, woohoo!
Or extensions. Woo!
Yeah, I need it. Fill in the gaps. But wicked. Space Jam. Which, funnily enough, this is the character that steals Muggsy Bogue's superpowers. Who Muggsy's nicknames comes from.
Muggsy is called Muggsy because. There we go. Yeah, nice one, Brad.
Fun little fact for you. And then from Totton, I had the weapons anyway. I picked up a couple of Bucky O'Hares.
Oh, you mixing and matching the guns with Dead-Eye Duck?
I am, yeah. He's got Bucky's gun, but I got one of the right ones. But yeah, I got these two to add to the Playmates collection. So
nice.
Be careful.
Nice. Is that your
Yeah, that's all me. I've got all the exciting stuff coming next week, hopefully.
I'll do mine real quick because I want to speak to Theo and go from Theo's into some other bits. So, I'm an idiot, as you know. I bought another one. There we go.
Your army built doors, or
sorry.
When you say I bought another one, do you mean you bought another Masters of the Universe figure or another one of those Horde Troopers?
Specifically, another Horde Trooper. So I have 6 now, and I don't know why. But what it does mean, so I got a Horde Trooper, which is cool-ish. But what it does mean,
I got one of them as well, cheaper.
Shut up. Is this one is now for sale? I've decided I'm not going to get rid of my vintage ones at the moment, but I'm going to sell my classics. So that's going to be with me at Chatham if anyone wants to buy a vintage Horde Trooper. There we go. And the only other thing I bought was an enormous mistake. I thought that someone needed it, and they I was like, "Do you need this?" I'll buy it anyway. I'm sure they will, and they don't need it. So now I have 2 of these. So.
Nazi Bebop.
Yeah. So again, this will be for sale for what I paid for it. So pretty poor effort really on my part. But there we go.
You had a fun
day out.
It was a good day out, and I had a nice breakfast, and that's what it's all about. So, Theo, have you got anything come through the post we can talk about?
Yeah, I thought of something else as well that's just behind me. If you just want to talk amongst yourself for like 3 seconds, I'll grab it because it's literally just behind me.
We can do that. I'm gonna abuse Andy for a second. Are you enjoying
Look how much of a triple threat snake is that.
It's
wicked.
very triple threat snake, yeah.
That is wicked. Very top heavy though. I don't know how I'm going to get him to stand.
Yeah, the original one had those arms connected to it, and you slotted the human armor on the top of it. Yeah. But that's the other way around. Okay, this is a real funny figure. My friend brought me this for my birthday, but I didn't see him on my birthday, so he only brought it me recently. And when it comes to like Arnold Schwarzenegger figures, like I kind of feel like if I haven't got it, I've seen it already. And then he bought me an Arnold Schwarzenegger figure that I'd never seen before. Get ready for this. So this is from the Toy Presidents collection.
Oh yes.
Have you seen this before?
No, I just had Governor Arnold.
No, yeah, so this is not from like an action hero series. Like they must do all the presidents in this, and you go to like I don't know Washington and you buy one or something like that.
Yeah.
Like yo, check this Schwarzenegger.
Has he been skipping shoulders? That's
and he's got like full on quotes like "America is back from the attack on our homeland," like a whole like a monologue. That's like a 5-minute long monologue that when you put batteries in him and press it, he will say it.
Oh my
God.
I've
not done that yet. I'm going to show this properly on a video of like Schwarzenegger figures, but I just remembered that he could drop me that off. How funny is that thing?
That's mad.
Like it's Schwarzenegger, but like if he was in like spitting image.
I've got to say,
so slender. Like,
it's not, he's missing bulk, but I've got to say, it's not the worst face sculpt I've ever seen of a Schwarzenegger figure.
No, you know it is, but it's so funny. But when it comes to, I thought I'd seen all the Schwarzenegger figures. Maybe there's some like weird bootleg stuff I'd not seen. Like that's as official as it comes. That is That's not even Terminator or Jack Slater or anything or Dutch. That is literally Schwarzenegger. Maybe the only actual Schwarzenegger figure.
Like
actually him. So yeah, he was a funny thing that I thought.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I like that a lot.
This is another thing. Now I know that Alex Cador had one of these at the NEC, and I spoke to. I didn't know that at the time. I knew the guy who he bought it off, who's a friend of mine called the Ancient Mariner, that I know through Toy-Con, but he deals in just like high-end Japanese toys, vintage sofubi and things like that. I covered him a little bit in my Toy-Con video that I filmed last year, but I stayed in touch with him, and he watched my video and he said, "Oh, I saw that you covered that at NEC, and Alex Cador had one. I'll send you one as a gift." And it's this thing. Did you guys see this?
Oh yeah,
I remember seeing it. Yeah.
So this is a Japanese fan club piece. Alex didn't really know what it was from, whether it was something you bought or if it was a promo or something like that. Some people thought it might be like what a sales rep would take round or something. But apparently it's a Japanese fan club piece. It's again one I'm going to feature better in a video. But if you open it up, it's like a whole cardboard playset kind of thing inside. Unpunched. All the figures unpunched. And so these are all like little accessories and pieces that go inside this book. And I believe that it must have been around the time of the Mutations Turtles, like the transforming ones and things, because there's a lot of that. But then it's also got like Rat King and things that don't transform. Each one is a
that's a little pop-up.
Dan, I think you was at his store when we was going through it. I think.
I was, yeah. Because I remember that. I'm like, that's a pop-up Technodrome. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got the sewer, and it looks like inside because I've not had to like proper go through it. I've got to open the actual bag, and I don't really want to unpunch anything unless it's for a video. Not that I'm selling it, so it doesn't really matter. It was a gift, but yeah, just a nice, interesting piece for the TMNT fans. And it's nice to be able to see something that you don't see all the time. I could have pulled something out that you've seen 100 times, and it's nice to have. But that in particular, and the fact that I don't know what Alex had on it, but he just sent it me for free, Ancient Mariner, just as a nice gesture.
Well, I love the gesture, and the artwork is absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, that's fire. That's what I wanted to just say before I wrapped it up. Like you've got like the 80s TMNT Turtles, but with the white eyes, but with that Japanese flair. You've got like the black shading that you get on that 90s anime.
I was going to say it's like anime meets Playmates meets the original Red Bandana Turtles all in one, and that's awesome. Really cool.
Yeah, with a big Japanese anime like power lines behind it. Yeah, so we love that. And then have I got time to do one more which can kind of segue?
All the time in the world, mate.
Are we segueing into discussion topics?
We are, but we're going to go back to Resident Evil, mate. All the time in the world, you do what you got to do.
Okay. It just sounds like I'm plugging my own videos and things. Which
No.
So yeah, I did a video on this guy yesterday. So Ben, you said that you saw this and initially wasn't that bothered, but then once the video had enchanted you, you decided that maybe you do want one.
I think because when I saw the still of it online, I was like, oh, I'm not that fussed. And then when you sort of showed it in much more detail and sort of you see the size of it,
you see the scale.
I thought it was like a 5.
Just
maybe 6. Yeah, I mean,
that's like it's like a giant turtle. And these are made by Unbox Industries, a collaboration with Real Head and obviously Ninja Turtles official. And they've done a few different colorways of this, but the reason I got sent this is because, well, Dan just sent it me anyway, but because I'm going to be at that event where they've got like an exclusive colorway, which I thought was Slash, but I've been told after that it might be the Last Ronin also, because that's like a turtle that wears a black bandana with all the, because you get every set of weapons with him. So it might be a Last Ronin version, but it doesn't say either way. Like, it just says it's a Rowhead exclusive colorway. So there's one that's a slightly murky green with a black bandana. That if you come into the ToyCon Ninja Turtle screening on the Saturday night, you'll be able to get one of these. That's an exclusive colorway that's only available for that night only. But yeah, a real nice piece. And again, one a bit like yourself, Ben. When I saw it, I thought, oh yeah, that's cool, but I don't need it. And then once he sent it me, I'm like, yeah, I need one of these in every color.
Yeah. You say they do all 4 brothers, yeah?
All 4 brothers, and then they've done like a whole black one. I think there's a glitter one. The thing with sofubi, and we'll probably talk a bit about that when we talk about the ToyCon thing. When it comes to sofubi, you kind of can't collect it all. Your favorite artist will release like his character, and then they'll do so many different exclusive colorways. You kind of just have to go for the one that you like the look of. Yeah. Those retro, do you know the retro band figure that they do? They do one, and it's really, I forget the name of it. I messaged Dan earlier asking him to say Suffer. It's called Suffer. It looks like a melted maggot baby with no eyes and like his spine sticking out. Real nice retro band. Like every single color that they do looks amazing, but they all look different, have slightly different heads and things, but the body's probably the same.
Is that one?
No, but the same sculptor. He's got no eyes. Yeah, and he's much bigger. They're like this big. And I messaged Dan today and I said, are you bringing any of them, because I'd really like one? And he said, oh, I might even have like an exclusive one that I'll find out for you maybe. So that'd be cool. But yeah, ideally you'd want 10 because every single color looks so good. You know, I like cooler different colorway looks, but you kind of with sofubi just have to, unless you like got money to burn, just go with the one that you like in that color.
It's
such a slippery slope.
It's funny you say that, because me and Ben talk about this, because Ben, and I think Rye as well, you like block color stuff.
Yeah,
I like a glow in the dark, but you like a block color, whereas I like the marbled effect stuff. So the sofubi, it's like, it's the best and the worst for me, because I hate the idea of, you've got to be standing in this 4x4 meter squared area at 4:15 a.m. on Saturday, otherwise you'll never get it again. And I'm like, man, I don't like the idea of having to chase
that sneakerhead thing, isn't it? People get like that with sneakers and things. It's a whole. We've got enough to worry about in the toy collecting that we are involved in, to then worry that I need to be at a certain place at a certain time to get a colorway.
Exactly. So if I'm like, I lose interest in lines if I'm trying to collect the line, and then it's like, but they've released this one, but it's only released through this one shop in South Mongolia. That's the only place you can get. And you're like, well, I'm out.
But you're a completionist as well, so you want
the sofubi bit helps me with that, because you can't be. Therefore, there's no stress. There's no sweat. It's like, which one do I like? I could have one of them and 2 of them, and there is no completing, because they are literally
rather than the colours.
Well, particularly the marbled and that sort of stuff. It is the one you've got is the only one there is, because even if they did another one, it won't be exactly the same because of the way they're painting it. So that helps me with my need to get everything of everything.
I do like the marbling. It's just I prefer the lighter marbles rather than the sort of the black-red marbles.
I like black and red.
Yeah.
They do a real nice one where they like put like a shimmer powder in the mold before they put the stuff in, and then that has like a nice like kind of iridescent effect that's wicked.
Yeah. It looks like I've seen some look like a flip paint on cars. It kind of changes color. Yeah.
And then I like the transparent one that's just like a transparent neon green or like a crystal with a bit of glitter in and things. You can just go forever with that stuff. That's the only
I agree, but if you have a nice transparent one, if it's a good sculpt, I feel like I lose the visuals of the sculpt. If it's same with the glow in the dark, I like the fact they glow, but you lose the visuals. So I want a darker one so I can see the detail as well. But
a toy I've been working on that I'm releasing very soon comes with a minifigure, and at first we cast them all in glow in the dark, and I was like, they're wicked. But I spent like a good few hours sculpting this creature. Then we put like a green wash over him, and it just was perfect. That perfect mix, like the boggling that's glow in the dark, but it's got like a bit of like a green in all the recesses.
Yeah. it's almost like someone's gone through and detailed it in all the areas.
It's glow in the dark, but you're right. You don't see the detail. Unless there's something there to bounce off.
Are you? Am I taking you off big now, there?
Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about something that I will talk about that later. You know, my mech suit thing that we're doing at the minute. The mech suit.
Yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I've got.
I want to because my pal Ollie's doing some of that. Let's catch up with the chat.
Nice.
Let's catch up with the chat. Tony, loving.
Yes, I'm glad he said Game of Death. So many people go, "Oh, I like the Kill Bill hoodie." It's like, no, it's Game of Death.
And you go, and Kill Bill is from, and Kill Bill is from.
Inspired by,
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, thank you, Tony. Real recognise real. I love it.
Ed's going to be jealous of the Turtles pack, very possibly.
I'm sure Ed's got plenty of turtles.
Ed has more than enough.
More than enough.
More than enough. Yeah, some big love for the Leonardo. That is the thing with those. I've always found with the Turtles, I know it wasn't designed like this because it wasn't designed to be merchandise. It was designed as a comic book, a game, but like you can just make four. I don't really have a favorite turtle. I like the Turtles. If I bought Leonardo, well, I want the other three as well. I want four. I want four. It's like,
I think because it's a nice big one, though, it's like a nice one that represents all four. Like if someone said, "I've got a 6-foot turtle for you," and it's Mikey, you're like, "Okay, I'm happy just to have one Mikey." You're not necessarily want all four. It's like a nice piece that represents all of them. I feel.
Funnily enough, the one that would attract me the most is the black bandana that comes with all the accessories because it's almost an embodiment. So while you're there, mate, on Saturday, obviously, Jake.
I'm happy to if you want one. Yeah.
No. Honestly. We're going to be in the area, so
for sure. Of course you are. Yeah. So who knows?
So internet. Oh, I hope you're caught back up, Brad. But yeah, it's been a technological nightmare tonight. Yes, the hat made it to Ben. The postie did look at the hat. He opened it, thought about stealing it, saw what it was, and went, "I couldn't steal off an 8. I couldn't steal off an 8-year-old."
I'll wear it now.
The little kid's gonna be really disappointed if I don't bring this.
Yeah, I don't want to work today.
Lovely, that's cool. We should take a vote to Theo. Well, I think we should vote for it. I think Theo should get on that. We know we all love
merchandise. Do you know what? When you start pricing up, okay, how much is it to do a T-shirt? Okay, I make £1 on each one, and once I post it, I make nothing, and then I'm having to send off them back to my printer because the quality is not up to par. Do you know what? Merchandise, I like doing it, but I've got enough things to think about.
I've got to say with caps as well, because Ben, you were helping me out with caps because I just wanted one for myself with my logo on it. But the only way to make it not rubbish is to have it embroidered, really. Unless you want a massive fireman style trucker hat with just like a really rubbish flaky.
You specifically wanted a trucker hat, which made it harder because of that foamy material on the front. You can't screen print onto it, really.
Right. Basically, a good hat costs money, and so you have to make them in bulk to get your money back on them. Otherwise, you're charging people like £25 a hat.
But there's a dude on Instagram called Mr. Snappies that I haven't hit up yet, but he did some for the battle rap company that I know, just like one-offs that he can print anywhere inside the mint. And it might be like, okay, I might have to pay 40 quid, but it's a hat just for me. I don't mind.
Yeah.
So
that's
Mr. Snappies on Instagram. He's in London. Check him out. Maybe he can
show
you out what you need.
I might check that out because I have nothing to. It's not a merchandise thing. I would just quite like my own hat.
Yeah, I'm like that. I just made this for me. It's not to sell. It's merch. Just I like to wear my own stuff.
Yeah. Just before we move on to we're going to talk about Toy-Con and Sofubi and the mech stuff because I'll tell you that. I just want to show you, Theo, just because I dragged them.
You drugged and dragged them.
I drugged and dragged these things out of the loft while I was in there, like earlier on. So you did your Toy Biz video, and I sold all my Toy Biz stuff and a lot of my Palisades, but I found these guys in the loft, and I've got to say,
these are Palisades, right?
So Palisades figures, so they're just a size comparison to a turtle. They're, I guess,
Palisades. I don't know what Palisades make now, but they did the Res figures and they also did the House of the Dead figures, and they're all really dope toys.
They also bizarrely did the first run of the Reservoir Dogs.
Did they do those as well? Right.
Like the 12-inch figures are like the ones that the face sculpts are just horrendous.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're same as you noted it on your on the Toy Biz figure, like things like the gun with the stock and removable stock and that sort of stuff. Like the detail on the.
Who else have you got there?
For smaller toys, the details on. like, you know, the magazine comes up.
Yeah, as a kid, I loved that. I used to like buy Matrix figures and then just dash the figures because they came with dub guns.
As a 1/6 lover and kind of a lover of accessories, a lot of
just with a 3D printer, you'd just be printing little guns and accessories all the time.
Well, again, these not necessarily always for kids. So this is Claire's rifle, and like,
look at that.
That's the magazine.
Mad for the size and the detail of it.
Yeah, it's they're really genuinely good. And so I've kept those two, and then I kept 2 of the zombies just for fun. So that's the
I was hoping that's the one you was going to pull out
with the dog that it comes with, and then the absolute. I would say if you think of a zombie and you think of Resident Evil, you might think of the scientist, but I will always think of this cop.
Oh yeah.
And he comes with a little liquor.
Look at that. They're great
with
figures.
a what?
Liquor.
Okay.
It will skin you with its tongue. Blow.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're again just on that that we talk about in the video, like just on the verge of toys being like toys that kids play with, but then also collectors are buying. So they probably got a bit more articulation and playability than a figure that came after it.
Funnily enough, so I was thinking about that because the Toy Biz, like you said about the Toy Biz Resident Evil figures, I 100% agree that they are the best Resident Evil toys. They have. I mean, I also agree. I don't love the weapons like the oversized crossbow and the
It's so Kenner, right? Yeah.
But they fire things and they explode and the arms fall off and you know the liquor you get, you wind the back and the tongue comes out and stuff. They are toys. You play with them. You shoot at each other and whatever. These are, yes, they have, you know, you can pose them, but they are very static. They are, and they have except like small accessories, and they have bits that can come off. And I don't know. I would say these are more the adult collectible than toys. The Toy Biz
they're still durable enough to like bash them together a bit. If you were to play with them, like a new NECA figure, you drops off a 2-inch shelf and his arm breaks off. Like,
dude, a new NECA figure, you stand it up on it and its ankles go. Honestly,
I watched the thing and it said that NECA figures, if you look at the fine print, they're sold in the same category as food. I watched a YouTube video on it. Like, if you look at the fine print, like the category that they're sold in is the same as food. So, like, if they break or anything, it's like, yeah, they're not meant to last forever. They're sold like toothpaste and food is.
That is
That's how they get around it. They'll be like, yeah, if you look at the fine print, these are not actually made to be toys. They're sold in a certain category that they're not supposed to last forever, and they're basically like perishable goods.
I believe you. I genuinely, I don't think. I mean,
my words. This dude on YouTube that did a big essay on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'd imagine Mythic Legions have got something somewhere that says the same thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Because I know they don't.
Monsters and stuff, though, don't they?
When
I've got a delivery of them, but just not at this address. So annoyed, I put the wrong address on.
What was for your parents?
Turned up today. I was like,
oh,
brilliant. Got home. I was like, where is it? Check the address. Damn it.
I thought wrong address, like your old address. That'd be a problem. That's
no.
Like I like the way that Mythic Legions, the Four Horsemen, they think about the collector, and they know what they're selling, their adult collectibles, and they put like a how-to, you know, written, you know, get some heat on it. But I'm like, oh man, I shouldn't have to, man. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I was, you know, like the mech suit we're going to talk about. Like, when I got that, I'm trying to bend his arms. I'm like, do these even move? Are they sculpted? And I'm like, oh no, I've got to like put him in hot water first and stuff. And when did that become a thing? That I had to put my toy in hot water just to be able to pose it a bit.
It's like making an old school mouth guard from, like, you know, those ones you used to have.
For sure. Okay, I'd understand if it was like a 40-year-old toy. I'm okay, I have to loosen him up a bit. I've just bought it, man. I'm having to soak it in my back just to pose him, just so he doesn't fall over.
Everyone here and everyone in the chat that's bought a toy will know the pain of buying a new toy and a bit of it, the arm, the elbow, the knee, the ankle, it's been a little bit stiff, and just that moment of now
I did it with a couple of Black Series figures when I was collecting them years. I think it was the Darth Maul or the Boba Fett. The ankle joint, the ball just popped out the ankle. I was like, brilliant.
Right? You smell it, the new toy, it smells different to what like plastic smelled like when we was a kid. Maybe the one that we had was like toxic or whatever, but the new one, it don't feel like toys. They feel like like slightly too durable that it's gonna break.
You see, guys, I'm not the only one that sniffs. I get ripped.
Smeller. I love that new toy smell.
I like a vintage Beast Man, Master Universe Beast Man, and Moss Man. Get in there.
I'm more like new toy. Like I'll crack out a new toy and be like, yeah, that fresh vinyl smell.
Plastic.
Warm copies make everything better. Do you know that one? But it's a Peep Show reference.
Yeah.
Not with old stinky toys. No.
So Palisades folded years ago. I think they did
cigarettes.
They definitely did.
They did
Muppets.
little tiny Evil Dead figures, right? Like little, like 3 3/4 looking ones.
Which aren't dissimilar in vibe to the Toy Biz Resident Evil figures. I think the little like little Deadites and they definitely did. Yeah, and they definitely did the Muppets line. I remember that. Yeah, I'm talking about hats, Callum. Hats to fit perfectly. Can't return a customized cap. Not working with elf.
I love the 5 panel.
Yeah.
Also, I get the feeling that Callum's one of them guys that likes his clothes ever so perfectly to fit in a certain way. I remember him telling me saying on a video that he's very particular about what he wears. He's very particular about how his things are arranged in his toy room. I can tell he spends a lot of time looking at like the levels of shelves and things. So I can imagine if this guy got a hat and it didn't fit right, like it wouldn't sit well with him.
Having met Callum several times, I can tell you it's all trickery. He's actually super skinny. He just wears what they call a schmedium shirt, and it perfectly pops his bicep. He's a very small man. He's not. He's massive. He's a massive man. Jody, I engraved leather for interested caps and patches for caps. Oh, that's interesting. Perhaps we shall chat. I enjoy a bit of engraving. Zombies are cool. Yeah. And he hates them.
Actually, I don't hate them. But
yeah, he's not into it. That's cool. Yeah, Colin's been having a shift.
Oh yeah. So he's the guy that had all that stuff that Robbo had on his stall.
All the turtle stuff. Yeah.
I loved it. I love seeing those.
Yeah. NECA Robocop figs. Yeah. Super. I'm not going to get it out because it's down there, but I've got a Matrix APU. You know the massive.
Yeah. Not dissimilar to the amp suit, is it? Like a big.
Not dissimilar at all. I love a mech, and this particular one I bought off someone, and we had a long comedy chat about it. Apparently, essentially, they were all broken. Like as in when you get it out of the box, because they've got like little pistons and wires, and they're very mechy. It was almost impossible to find one that hadn't been snapped, and this guy was he made his own stuff and was a bit of a perfectionist, so he took it all apart and remade it all and kind of strengthened it. So the one that I've got is like perfect, as in it's not broken. But my goodness, there's a lot of parts to break on those.
I remember seeing those of the Sentinel in Forbidden Planet and being like, "Whoa, they're awesome figures."
Yeah, I've got that, and I've got a little Sentinel on top. I have no other Matrix figures other than a massive Sentinel and the APU with a little Sentinel. I like
Real Toys that made them. They made the virus figures for the.
McFarlane, I thought it was McFarlane. I think so. Yeah.
All that same era though.
All that same area. Speaking of mechs, you Theo are doing a little bit of a. Is it a competition? Tell us about it with regards to the mechs.
Hardly a competition.
A fun project.
It's a fun because the one I like the most, I'm just gonna PayPal them back the £20 that they spent on it. So it's hardly people are doing it because they want the cash prize. But I've got one here, and as I say in the video, self-plugging my own videos again. I'm not like the biggest Avatar fan in the world. I like Avatar movies. I go to the cinema and see them. But I always like the mech suit, like you just said, Dan. I just like a mech suit.
Yeah.
And when these was in the store in Smith's, they were like 50 quid when they first dropped. And I said, I can imagine them going down to B&M bargains prices by the end of the year. And it wasn't even the end of the year. It was like a month and a half, 2 months later. They went down to 30 and then 20 quid. And I said, when they go to 20 quid, I'll buy one. So I bought it and just brought it home, and I thought I'll give it like a bit of a repaint, maybe like do a bit of a Warhammer job on it. Do you know what I mean? Rust it up a little.
Yeah.
And then as I'm sat looking at it, I'm thinking, I might do this and connect this to it and do this and that. And I thought, I wonder if anybody else wants to. So I just put it out on my YouTube and my Instagram. Does anybody else want to get one of these? They're only £20 in Smith's and on Amazon. And we'll all just do a fun art showcase project together and do it however you want. Spray it up. Stick stuff on it, cut parts off it, mold onto it, and whoever wants to get involved is welcome. And just have it ready for the 11th of April, and we'll do like an art showcase on my YouTube and on Instagram. I'll do one as well, and the person that I enjoy theirs the most, I think's the best. Even though so many people have sent me really, really good ones so far.
I saw one. Was it someone made like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Krang? Like
that's a guy called That's Vile, who's like really well known on Instagram. Like Channel 4 did a thing on him, and he sold stuff to like Jodie Marsh and loads of like celebrities and stuff, and he's really well known. But he did one where he didn't touch the thing, but he built like this really cool Krang, sat in it, all drippy slime and things. And I've had some other people that's like took their, because they fit a 3 3/4 perfect, so they've got like their favorite Super 7 figure, and then made it all like themed around that figure, because they're only 20 quid. Like, it's nothing to get one and to customize it up and have something that'll just be cool to have on the shelf. So I've had some really good ones so far, like some really good ones. And the first night I dropped it, I thought, I'm only gonna have like 5 people to choose from. It's gonna be easier, but like no, I've got some really good ones so far. So it's gonna be very hard.
My horse in this race is I made this. My pal Ollie, who's doing his at the moment. I've got big hopes for it, Ollie. Big hopes, because I know what you do. I know what you do for a living, so big hopes that it's going to be a monster.
Yeah, I love it, and I love seeing people's different creativity and that their approach to it, and someone doing something that you think, "Wow, I'd never thought to do that. That's wicked." You know what I mean? Like, so it's hardly about the cash prize. I'm going to PayPal 20 quid to the person that I think is my favorite one. That's all. And I was also going to have like a panel of like esteemed judges who are like in the creative world as well on Instagram and things, but then it's also like, but then it's probably going to make it even more complex. So it's less even about the cash prize now. But this was like someone having to go out their way to buy this figure and customize it. But I think if we do one in the future, I might even do it that we don't even like, not even talking about the future. If we do another one, but I might just have it like, okay, this month we're just going to do a theme. The theme is mutant. Just create whatever you want that's mutant theme. We'll showcase it at the end of the month.
That'd be cool, yeah. Or you know, something turtle related, or something Schwarzenegger related, whatever it may be.
Could be a drawing, could be a piece of art, could be a sculpture, a kit bash, whatever. We're just going to showcase it at the end of the month in a video, and it's just nice to get people involved and just see people's different creative approach. I might get JR Jr. one and let him loose with it. Yeah, I'd love to see it. And the thing is, there's so many like Super 7 size figures. They've done all Street Fighter, they've done all the Ninja Turtles, all the Toxic Crusaders. They've done everything in Super 7. So any of those figures, you could put it in and just turn it into a theme of that. And people have done that. And I got sent one in particular the other day that was like very close to my heart. And I'm like, I think that might be a tactical move to win that £20 back. I don't know. But he's very, very good. Yeah, very much my thing. So if you do want to get involved in it, if anybody does want to get involved in it, it's going to be a real fun project. It's not until the 11th of April that the deadline is, so you've got plenty of time to order one. A lot of people that got one sent it me within like 3 or 4 days that they'd finished. I've not started mine yet, as you can see. I'm going to do one. I'm not in the competition. I've just got a cool idea that I'm going to do for mine, or several. I'm trying to whittle it down to one. If you do want to get involved in it, like there's no pressure. You might not have ever done anything like that before. You might do it all the time, but it's just nice to be involved in it and see what you come up with.
All I'm saying is, if you do a themed Unit 11 one, you've got a strong chance of getting a favourable.
Yeah. yeah. I let them buy toys. That
is both heartbreaking and hello, keep on collecting. We're not the Empire Toys gang, but we do know him. But yes, hello,
gang. But he was initially part of this toy division thing, right?
He still is. It was me, him, and Andy. He's just got I think he's football working. Yeah, just doing stuff at the moment. So yeah, he's around. So Brad is saying, went to a local Smith store on Sunday, had the storage shell and movie style ones in the box, and every character but Donnie. There you go.
Well, so if you need a Donnie storage shell, anyone who you hit up is going to get you one. I'll get you one. They've got them.
If he'd said they had them at Totten for 13 quid a piece.
Yeah.
13 quid a piece. Now,
replica, actually.
Now that, hold on a second. That has reminded me, because I almost forgot. We got another giveaway. Let's do another giveaway real quick.
Yeah.
So once again, because he's insane. Brad, oh hello. We come back to this. Speaking of turtles, he popped straight up. How you doing, Ed? Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well.
He did the word turtle and he had to chime in.
Turtles are happening. Hey, listen, I'm only joking. But Aaron is obviously beloved and part of our little crew. And he'll probably be back next week. He will be back next week. So Brad, who just loves giving things away, and he's an absolute legend, has got a little free giveaway. UK only. I'm sorry. It's just postage is rubbish sending our stuff outside of the UK at the moment. So UK only. This is what he is on the board. Hold on a second. Let me just add this. There we go. Couple of are they TVC? They vintage collection? I don't know anymore.
The vintage collection, when they actually look like an old Kenner, these are the ones that are like more.
It's 3.75s.
The 3.75s, yeah. So then they're not black, but I think they're pretty cool. The Mandalorian, a Scout Trooper, the second coolest of the Empire Troopers, next to the TIE Fighter pilot.
Yeah, I always loved that one.
Scout Troopers up there, though.
Right up there. Mate, they're up there. They're up there. All the way down to the lowly Death Star gunner with his stupid bicycle helmet. But yeah, so if you would like to win these two free of charge and you're in the UK, answer this question. Are you ready? First person to answer it in the chat wins these two.
Answer?
Yeah, I would say, do we answer or not?
I like that Scout Trooper.
Theo's not allowed to answer because there is no way that you won't know this answer. I reckon Andy won't know the answer. Ben might know the answer. I guess it's film related. It's film related, Andy. So,
yeah, I'm not going to know.
Name the actor that on screen has been killed by a predator, an alien, and a Terminator.
No idea.
I believe there's only one. I thought there was two as well, but I believe there's only one.
Yeah, okay.
The first actor to have done that, and you can win these two lovely prizes. So,
Shout out that Mandalorian. How have I ever seen?
Again. They're about to ramp postage up again. Just I don't know if anybody's heard.
They are. Postage is going up again. Oh look! Da, 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 da. There's a very funny joke in there. Ollie, I made this. Bill Paxton, first person to get in there. Bill Paxton, R.I.P., absolute legend, hero, and was incredibly kind when I met him. Really, really nice guy. There you go, Ollie. Everyone's got the answer. We got
Lance Henriksen as well because they've both been killed by all three.
Was Lance Henriksen killed by an alien?
Well, he plays a robot, doesn't he? They get a synthetic that gets slashed in half by one.
But he's still alive in Alien 3.
Okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. And Alien versus Predator, he gets.
Is it? And it is an alien that kills Alien versus Predator, isn't it? Does he get killed by a predator though?
No, I think you're right. It's one of those debatable topics that always comes up whenever this comes up.
That's who I checked. I'm like, surely Lance Henriksen's been killed by a 3, but Bill Paxton is the right answer. So Ollie, you win.
Ollie said to give it to the next person. He just wanted
he was just flexing it out.
No,
Ollie. Keeping it real. There we go. It's gone to Dave Good Toys, Bill Paxton. So Dave, if you message Brad, we'll get something going. Unless Brad's coming to Chatham on Saturday. If you are, bring him down and hand him to him in person. We'll make a whole thing of it. It wasn't Bill Pullman. You're thinking of Spaceballs, but
I hate those. Yeah, when you...
Bill Paxton. It wasn't Michael Biehn, but also a good.
Shouts to Michael Biehn every time.
I know you meant Bill Paxton. Everyone gets
Bill
those.
Paxo.
Bill Paxo. There we go. Yeah, Bishop didn't die by alien, but Wayland did in Alien AVP. I think. Or maybe he was killed by the longest sled ride in the world. I can't remember. It's a terrible film. It's a terrible, terrible film. They should have just made the graphic novel Aliens vs. Predator into a film.
Yeah, another prime example of why didn't the story was there so good.
There you go. Thank you very much, Brad. Always appreciated. Yeah, so over to Dave Good Toys. You two connect. And you're an absolute legend. So I would like to discuss in our last 10, 15 minutes together, ToyCon, which Ben is going to be upset about because he really wants to go.
Yeah. When's Decon on?
Which one?
Later in the year, Decon. I never went to the Decon before, the first one. They have had, I think, maybe 2 Decons now. I've not been to them. I got a Toy Art and I got a ToyCon. There's only so many designer ToyCons I can go to, especially in London. Like I don't go to the big vintage fairs down London. So
Decon will be one of the other ones.
Yeah. So our buddy Rye is an aficionado of ToyCon and has kind of got me and Ben and Andy and Aaron to a certain degree into some weirder, more collectable stuff.
I'm going to hang out. I want to look at the weird stuff and hang out. I'll probably buy something just because I'm like a magpie. But I can't say I know any of the artists. Will be like, oh, I really want to see this person's work. I don't know. But I like
Andy's going for the hangs. And he's going for the hangs, but he's definitely going to find some cool stuff because there's a lot of cool stuff there. Ben would like to be there, but can't be. So there's going to be a lot of FaceTiming to see if he can pick everything up. Aaron might buy something. Me and Ryan will probably buy something. But the reason I mention this is because another long-term aficionado of ToyCon is Theo. And this year, mate, you're doing something a little bit different.
Sorry, do you know what? In my back of my head, I'm thinking there's a line that Lance Henriksen says to a predator where the predator's going to kill him and he sees that his heart's not good. And then he goes, don't turn your back on me, and burns him, and the predator kills him.
So he does get killed by a predator in AVP.
I'm just going through the movie in my head, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, ToyCon. I will be at ToyCon doing what I do.
Theo, get me on your channel. We'll do a whole hour talking about Near Dark. I'm telling you. Right. Sorry. Yeah. ToyCon.
Yeah. So I'll be at ToyCon this year. Having more involvement than usual. I'm not even going to say it. I released another video talking about this yesterday. If you want to find out more about this,
I'm going to say it. Because I watched it earlier on because that was the one I need to catch up on. Yeah, and it's another video on Slimehouse, which is about ToyCon, about the upcoming ToyCon. More information on that. Unbox Industry Turtles. Go and watch it. It's about 18 minutes. Well worth your time. Really good stuff, and it's telling you what's coming up. Yeah.
Well, I used to go to ToyCon anyway, just as a fan, and I take my camera. Like when I go to NEC, I don't hit up the brothers who run NEC and say, "Can I come and film or anything?" and get press pass access. I just turn up and film.
Imagine Barry would be like that. Yeah, you can crank your camera over here.
Yeah, well, I don't. I just turn up and do my thing, and no one's ever told me I couldn't. So I did that at ToyCon. But because ToyCon is like a smaller scene, a smaller crowd, and you're more than likely to run into the organisers there and stuff, I just become friendly with them. So this year they actually asked me if I'll be the official video channel of ToyCon and have some involvement in some other ways. Because normally I just turn up and just say to people, "Hi, I like your work. Do you mind if I get a quick interview with you about your process?" Because the nice thing about the ToyCon is that when you're there, there's somebody set with a stall of stuff. But 9 times out of 10, it's not stuff that they're just a collector of and they're selling it. Like they're the person that created that. You're speaking to the person that has a table full of their wares that they've created. They've designed it. They've sculpted it, 3D sculpted it. In many cases, they've cast it themselves and painted it, and they're selling like they're very much their own thing. So it's nice to be able to talk to someone about the process. And 9 times out of 10, they're like, yeah. They might even be a bit camera shy, like, I've never really done it before, but yeah, and you can get some really good conversation and meet some really good people. I always come away from these events like I've met like 20 new friends, you know what I mean? Because everyone's like so into this stuff, and it's that perfect mix of like someone who's a toy collector that's then also an artist, so they've moved into the toy creation side of things. So I just go there and I just chop it up with people, do my thing, maybe buy a little bit. But yeah, this year they asked me to have more involvement, so they're actually going to like line me up with some like big sofubi artists in advance to do like interviews with and things. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And I know it'll be the first time that I think it's the first time that any of you guys have been there. I know Ryan said he's been before, but getting some of the vintage Toy Boys down will be nice.
Yeah, Rye's been to several before, but none of us have ever been to one. It's definitely something that I'm more interested in. Again, without getting too in depth, like the joy of some of the vintage collecting. It's not gone for me, but it's kind of like I need something new to get my teeth into.
Something extra, yeah, for sure. Yeah. And the crowd's very different. Like this is the kind of crowd where people have got like really like exclusive trainers and jackets and stuff, and like they're really more into like the fashion and the music, and they're a lot more like stylish people than what you would get at a toy fair where it's like a lot of dusty old trains and things. Like I love it all. I was raised around all of that, but it's a very different crowd. It's probably more like a crowd that you'd more see at like a breakdancing jam or something.
Well, I was going to say not just the aesthetic, but also the kind of price point for some of these things. I mean, when they're handmade, they're one of two. They're 3 foot. They're several £100. You know what I mean? If not more, depending.
I'll usually go buy one thing, like I've got it here. I might as well grab it down because it's only there. It's a real nice piece. I got this.
Is it the big shark one?
Yeah, the big sungut shark. Like
that's it.
Yeah. Last year. Do you know what I mean? Like I saw that on the table and I was like, boy, and that was £140 I paid for that thing.
So
I
think that
was still good. I thought
that is a bug. That'd be a bargain to me at twice the price, because that's what I'm looking for. I mean, if I saw that, I'd buy it 100%.
Good smell as well, Dan. Good vinyl smell. But you see it. It's hollow. It's vinyl. Do you know, like the best way to describe it is like a baby doll, like your sister would have when you were a kid. It's made of like that. It's like hollow.
So blow molded.
It's slush molded. They do it.
Oh, okay.
And it's like one of the most expensive ways to make a toy, but it has the nicest finish, and that's a good example of like marbling that's not too dark, and a real good piece. And I saw it on the table, and the guy was Japanese, couldn't even speak English, but he had his prices down. The guy Sunguts, and he's there, the guy who actually makes it. So,
but like
things like that there.
That for me, the color red and black, the theme, like that. Yeah. That's what I'm looking for, not just at ToyCon, but in general. Like I don't know what I want, and I would see that, or something of that nature, and be like, that's the bit, and not whatever the cost is. That's I'm not being flippant with money, but like the cost of it is secondary to, is it something that I would really enjoy displaying and seeing?
I didn't know any history of it. I didn't know who the guy was at the time. I didn't know what the thing's name was. I just saw it and I thought, it's a nice price, it's a good size, it's a cool thing. I like the design of it. That's the thing I'm coming home with. So like, you could go to a toy fair and maybe spend 20 quid, just buy a few little monster in my pockets you needed, one cheap carded thing, like some old Hook figure, whatever, a tenner, and you're not really going to do that at Toy-Con. You're going to go and probably spend 50, 60 quid, 100 quid, 200 quid on one thing that's like, that's like a certified
or come away with 30 blind boxes.
Yeah, or you could come away with a lot of blind boxes. I think that because they're like a $5 a pop or something. I don't know, but you might just come home and you just got a couple of stickers because you wanted to support an artist that you liked. I couldn't afford the big thing, but I wanted to buy just some stickers.
Yeah,
and it's one of them. I come away from Toy-Con and it's not even really about the toy that I've picked up. It's like the people I've met and the little story that it was of me even going and just meeting new people. And if I bring a toy home, that's a bonus.
Absolutely. Callum's saying, love to go to Toy-Con, but he's an old man. I feel that. But like,
Callum's out every day. He's not at home drinking tea. This guy goes out. He's active.
He's constantly out and about.
Retro Gato, don't you drop about 27 videos a week of you doing things, and you built an entire building to house your gaming collection? Don't tell me you're old and lazy.
And you're in the Gato gym all the time.
Yeah.
Come down and shit in as
no
well.
one hates going to London more than me. I'm from up north, Sheffield, man. It's chill where I live. You know what I mean? I come back to Sheffield and kiss the ground when I've been to London. But some things you gotta do it. You gotta go out.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a Sheffield-based question, Theo?
Yeah.
Is the venue, the corporation, still there?
Yeah, for sure.
Is the venue?
I'll tell you some stories off camera about like that venue. Yeah. I was banned from there for a long time, man. But yeah.
Is the venue, the Shed, still there?
The Shed? No, you're talking about. It's not called the Shed. It's called. Wait, is it called the Shed? Or are you in about Harley? The Shed. I think the Shed might be old.
In 2003, it was called the Shed because I played the corporation in the Shed in Sheffield.
The Shed, like some little like dingy warehousey building.
Yeah, it was a venue, and it was in London. If you weren't big enough to play the Astoria, you play like the Camden Underworld. In Sheffield, if you were on a good tour, you play the corporation. If it was you played the Shed.
I think I know what you mean. Like, I've gone to raves there before. It's like they do like warehouse rave kind of vibes as well there back in the day. Yeah.
The corporation,
still there. I'll tell you a story off camera about the corporation, but not on camera. It's a kid show.
I played there a few times. Yeah.
Sticky floors. I shot a whole movie in there.
I enjoyed my time in Sheffield. This is 20 years ago now, boys. When I used to rock.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, long time ago.
It's not that far ago.
What, 2003? All right, 2003 is 20 years ago.
Nothing.
It's quite a long time, mate. Half my life.
Yeah, I wish I could have partied with you then.
Yeah, I used to party, mate. Well, I didn't. I still didn't drink, but I drunk.
You don't have to drink to party.
Those hardcore gigs where no one drinks are crazier than the ones where people do. My friend's into that. He broke all his ribs jumping off stage, one of those things, and he killed himself, snapped his neck. Shows me videos of those hardcore events where it's straight edge, and there's just a bunch of dudes windmilling each other.
Dude, I was at a show. I can't remember who it was, but I was at a show, and I was maybe 17 or 18, and I was being and I sort of got like people getting picked up and sort of like crowd surfing, but like more just like being jostled on top. Anyway, so I fly forward and I kick this guy square in the face. Like, it wasn't my fault, but my foot goes square into his face. And like a comedy like Warner Brothers concert, I then get put down directly in front of him, and he's like a 6'6", mohawked. He looks massive, punker, braces, head tattoos, the works. He's like got blood like dripping out of his nose where I just booted him in the face, and I was like, music's playing, so I'm like trying to look my sorriest, and his mouth, he basically went like, rock and roll, yeah, and like loved it. He loved it.
Reaction.
Yeah, I'm like, oh mate, yeah. As I boogie on right to the back and avoid that. Yeah. It's fun times back in the day.
Toys, anyway.
Yeah, anyway, toys, not hardcore gigs. But yeah, so is there any at Toy-Con? Is there any particular is there anyone that you're meeting up with from the community that you don't see on the regular because it's more down south?
only like my friends that I know that I've met through going to it, but a couple of them who are like my regular friends aren't going, but there's still lots of others that are. So yeah, it's just like one of those scenes where like you just rock up and there's going to be certain people that you speak to every year there. But like I said, it'll be the first time I see any of the vintage toy guys there, so I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be there for that as well.
Yeah.
I've been shouting about it on my page and things, so a lot of people that might not. Every year I've been, someone said, "Oh, I would never come before I come because of Slime House," and I've had a right good time. So thank you. So,
yeah, man. Well, I highly recommend if you're in the chat and you've not watched it yet. You probably have if you're watching this, but if you haven't, make sure you do check out Theo's latest video on the ToyCon, the upcoming one. And I look forward to the videos coming from it because it sounds like there's quite a lot of content coming out of that.
I'd look to film a lot, yeah.
I don't think the two worlds are going to merge too much. I don't think, like you say, we're going to see an enormous influx of the vintage retro guys in with the new collectible. It's weird, right? Because I think a lot of people that we know would view that world similarly, not the same, but similarly the trains and cars guys view our world, which is
people of our age group that are into this stuff. I think it's the perfect mix because a lot of those designers are influenced by Ninja Turtles and Toxic Crusaders, Mad Balls, Boglins, and all that thing. I think of our generation, definitely. Like it's very seamless. I walk amongst both those worlds and I enjoy both of it, and they are very different. But I don't think anyone looks at the other one like it's Dusty Train, like the same way we would look at Dusty Trains.
Yeah. What's weird to me is it. I mean, like, so it does tick a lot of strange boxes. So Andy, it will scratch a lot of your odd minifigure itches. Ben, you like kind of like skateboard, like 80s punk aesthetic and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's that gross sort of,
like great, and I like weird things like Mad Balls knockoff back. Like it's all encompassed in like a new way of doing things. So
we will all see something there that we're like, oh, I want to buy that, and not just because I'm here. Like I genuinely want that thing.
Yeah. Callum, a few charity shops and a Greggs could be home for lunch. Man, don't eat Greggs.
There's a big Kex in London, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Dude, in my little town, we've got 2 Greggses you can choose from. Come on.
All the Greggs in Sutton. Himesh, hey there, man. Good to see you, buddy.
Dude, I can't wait to see you traipsing around the field of gold. I really want the weather to smarten up.
I've got a bag of stuff for Himesh over here. I'm going to ruin the surprise, Himesh. I'm going to show you what bag I've put in.
Dan's got presents for everyone.
Because then you can tell me you don't want it if you don't like the bag. The stuff I've been collecting for you.
Oh, nice! Look at that.
There's a Hogan's Beach shop. Anyway,
love it.
It's coming your way whenever the next car boots on and we see you. But yeah, I think we should wrap it up there, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure. I apologise all for the technical difficulties at the start.
No, we're good.
We dealt with that.
There's nothing you can do about that. It's not your fault.
Yeah.
I feel
probably my fault and my camera plugged in. That's too much.
It killed the stream. But so,
if anybody wants to see the first bit of that stream, it is on your page now because I saw it there. If you want to go back and catch the first 10 minutes,
we've got 10 minutes and then the rest of the hour and a half.
So is this episode 153.5 or?
Yeah. You
can have next week off.
Yes. No, we don't have next week off. So 3 things I've got to tell you guys in the stream. Number 1, come to Chatham on Saturday and buy stuff off me. I found this. I'm adding this to the box. Look at this. It's the Wembley variant of the giant Haystacks Chella figure. Imagine.
Wow.
You're not keeping it? What? Huh? You're not keeping it? Well, you got 2.
I've got the regular one. I don't need a variant.
Okay.
I'm trying to declutter my life. Oh, these things for sale. Chatham on Saturday. Come and say hello. Dave Good Toys, Tom Pizarro, Robbo Toys. All sorts of people will be selling there. Gary, Toy Crusader. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. Number 2. What's my number 2? Oh yeah, next week on Toy Division Live, we have Ben from the Talk Toy to Me podcast, which is going to be a lot of fun, and I'm going to learn some stuff. And I'm looking forward to saying talk toy to me to him. That's going to be fun, right? The week after, Toy Scavenger Paul's back on after he was ill previously, so that's going to be cool too. And number 3, the last thing I'm going to say is make sure you check out Slimehouse TV on YouTube. I know you already do, but make sure you subscribe, make sure you watch the videos, make sure you support. Everyone make a good mech. I can't. I'm an ideas man. I can't do things. I can just think.
I can't do that, but go back through the back catalogue. The Robin Hood episode is brilliant, and the Bucky O'Hare one from it must be a good few years now.
Mighty Max was my favourite, I've got to say.
Mighty Max is good, but Bucky O'Hare and Robin Hood, for myself, as in like what I like, would be the two that stand out.
Yeah, I'm also a big. I really enjoyed the Aliens Nerf pulse rifle video because I was these guys will tell you I was like, am I going to buy it? And I didn't in the end.
That was actually quite fun. I did watch that, and and
I don't regret not buying it because I know I would have gone, this is cool, and then not looked at it again. That's
exactly what I did. Yeah, it's just in a box.
Yeah, but it's a good video. It's worth it for the video. Worth it for the content. But thank you very much for joining us, Theo. You're always welcome here.
My pleasure. Anytime.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, everyone in the chat. And we'll see you online, and we'll talk again next week. Unless I see you at Chatham. I'm trying to sell my stuff, guys. It's not going well. Right, I'm going to end the broadcast. Weird Awkward Wave. Goodbye.
Good night. Bye.